everybody. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central, as we get to ride home with you in the afternoons. It's always a fun ride, and I appreciate you listening to us every day, by the way, and I appreciate the emails also. So that's kind of, you're making my head get like this big, but thank you. And it's because we have the best guest, and we're about to talk to AP in just a minute. But just a quick reminder, you can find us on the internet at icradio.media. Find us several other ways too on television. In North Alabama, you can find us on channel 182. And you can also find us worldwide on Abundant TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. We have some new accounts that we want to welcome as well. We actually have Amazon came on first. And yeah, if you want to do your shopping, I'm going to give you some codes, okay, so you can save some money as well. And you can also find us on Walmart and also the Dollar Tree. That kind of comes in handy because sometimes I make some kinds of crafts using dollar items from the Dollar Tree. Of course, there's $1.25 now, AP. It used to be $1.
$1.25, yeah, went up.
So there you go. So it's costing you an extra quarter, but it's still worth it. Absolutely. I have AP Steadham with us right now, and AP is a regular here. And it's always so fun to be with him. You've been on for several years. And so always good stuff.
Yes, I don't even know how long, Don. I haven't stopped to check. I'm always moving forward as you, and we don't look back too much unless someone stops us, and we have to take that time.
We don't have time.
No, that time. We sure don't. No. But, and this week is going to be busy for me down here in Mobile. There's the Senior Bowl, Donna. So I don't know, let's say maybe 800 to 1,000 NFL personnel down here. Some coaches, some assistants, some scouts, some general managers. There's all types of people here. And the SEC is well represented. I think it's maybe in the 28, 29 players that are on the roster of the Senior Bowl. So we'll be interviewing them tomorrow, Wednesday, I think some on Thursday too. But the game is on Saturday. It's on the NFL Network, I guess. But it's always fun to see all the players from around the country and some media people as well. And then all these NFL personnel. That's always a great moment for us in the media because we get to talk to them about their team and the direction of their team and the way they evaluate players.
Absolutely. So I know you're looking forward to this as always, and you're a very good interviewer, by the way. You know how to pull out that stuff. And what I've noticed about your interviews as well is not only you're putting out really good stuff, but you also compliment the players. That means a lot.
Yeah, well, you try to make them comfortable. I don't want them to be afraid at all. I tell them all the time, there's no wrong answers with AP. No wrong answers. So just relax and be yourself, and we have fun. But Kelly and myself, Kelly's been my co-host.
Well, people look forward to interviews like that. Where they don't have to be on guard. Afraid you're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat or something like that.
No surprises. No surprises at all. If it is, it'd be a fun surprise. It wouldn't be anything that would be detrimental to them. Yeah, a fun surprise.
So do you know who you're going to be interviewing, or does that just kind of happen?
Well, I have to look over the entire list. I want to see, I'll look at all the SEC players. I'll interview some of them, of course. And then I want to look around the country too, because we don't get a chance to see them. Whereas the SEC players, maybe I've seen them in the past. So our guest on the show last week, we had 3 Alabama players and 2 Auburn players on our show. So AP and Kelly, as we see it, so that's every Friday on IC Radio 4 p.m. But yeah, so we interviewed 5 players in 2 segments on. We were in the offices of the Senior Bowl, so we just decided, all right, there were 3 players there. They were training in Pensacola. So they came over one morning and we just had them stand up, and we stood up and interviewed them, and it was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So who did you interview, and what did you take away from the interviews?
Yeah, Byron Young, DJ Dale, and Emil Ekiyor Jr. of Alabama. They're all big linemen, offensive and defensive linemen. And then for Auburn, we interviewed Derek Hall, the defensive end linebacker, and also Iku Leota, and he was a big player as well. He had transferred from Northwestern. But what I took away was the interviews. They were very well spoken, all five of them, down, and they just seemed more relaxed than when we get them in the setting on their own campus, because everybody's kind of has a little bit of fear of saying the wrong thing. So I felt they were at ease around Kelly and myself. So that was good to have that conversation with them. And we asked them about the NIL a little bit, the name, image, and likeness, and how they participated. Um, we just ask them what they're trying to accomplish at the Senior Bowl. What are they? All these scouts are here looking at them. So what are they? How are they trying to impress the NFL personnel?
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about a little bit of the history of this ball game.
Right. I think this is the 74th year, and I believe the first year only was Jacksonville, 51, I think, something like that. I think it's been in Mobile ever since. No, that's a long time, 70 plus years. So the game is played at the University of South Alabama. It was played for many, many years at Led People's Stadium in Mobile. They shifted it out to the University of South Alabama. It's a new stadium and new press box. So more convenient, I guess, for the NFL and the NFL Network. So they changed a few years back. But it's a great game. It's the best All-Star game because we have the top talent. There's some other All-Star games. There's a half a dozen or so All-Star games around the country at various times. But the Senior Bowl is the one for all NFL. Like I said, they come here in droves, 800 to 1,000. Yeah. So it's definitely a difference maker for a lot of people.
A lot of things have changed during those years. Like uniforms have changed.
Right. And the name of the teams, it used to be maybe a North-South. Was the way they designated the teams. Now it's American and National. So that's a slight change. They've done that through the years a couple of times, I think. But they'll probably proceed in the future with the American National name. Yeah. And then they're going to have, I think, Southern University band is going to play that. And we all know that they're very good. They're from Louisiana. I believe that's Southern's located in, I think that's Baton Rouge, I think. I think it's in Baton Rouge, Southern University. They have a really good band, so that'll be fun to watch them.
That band's going to be good too. They got a little swag going to them.
We got a lot of swag.
Dancing too.
Oh yeah, they dance while they play. I don't see how they do it, and they memorize all the music as well.
Absolutely. You're talking a little bit about the game and how it's changed through the years. Rules have changed through the years too. I have an uncle, and he used to talk about, he played football, like back in the 40s, the late 1940s.
Yes.
And even in the 70s, he talked about, he said, so these players nowadays just can't handle it like we could. Every generation says that, And but for real, I mean, they didn't have the padding and all the stuff that they do now.
Right, but I think they hit much harder now. They're bigger, faster, and stronger. So you better have excellent padding, especially for your head. That's a concern, as we know. Concussions. So they're trying to make it safe as they can for everyone at all levels. I mean, that's a point of emphasis. That starts right when they start to practice. In the springtime and the pre-fall camps. I mean, it's safety is the number one priority. So yes, it's different though. But yeah, and you use more players now. Down at one time, there was only like one platoon, and you can only substitute at a certain point in the game, a couple of players or something like that. But now, I mean, you can substitute various times. Put the whole new team in if you want.
Yeah, I mean, things really have changed. Yeah, and again, every generation thinks they were better than the next one.
Oh yeah, no, these players now they're terrific. There's still some players that could compete in any era, but you keep getting bigger, faster, more skilled. These quarterbacks they're throwing the ball 5th, 6th, 7th grade. I mean, they're slinging it. Years ago, I mean, You might not play organized ball possibly till middle school, and you get to high school, then you have to learn how to throw the football. I mean, they're running these 7-on-7 camps in the middle school, so you're learning all these intricate offenses, which is a lot of responsibility for the quarterback. And this is a quarterback era, Donna. There's no question about it. You have to have a quarterback that's above average if you're going to have a good football team and have a chance to win. Most of your teams can upset some people that are stronger than you.
Yeah. That's true. And most of the players you've talked to have spoken of a mentor, somebody that they just, since they were a little boy, they chose this person as the mentor. How important it is on anything you do that you have wise counsel from a mentor.
Yeah, it's not mandatory, but it sure is something that you should pursue. If you could find somebody to take an interest in you as a person, it's been totally beneficial. I highly recommend it, Don, to find someone who knows the game, or if they don't know all the aspects of the game, they can lead you to someone who can fill in the blanks for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's true. They can tell you where their pitfalls were and what they can do. Because, things are more advanced now, but there are things that are still principle. There are things, you still have your basics.
Yes. You have to practice. You have to have the discipline when you are on the field and practicing to do the things properly and correct. You want to do them correct every time, not just when you feel like it. Every time, so you have a good habit, and you develop those over time. So yeah, there's some things bound to remain the same, even though the decades fly by.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And we've actually brought up Coach Paul Bear Bryant several times here on the show, but there are principles he had in football I've taken with me throughout business.
Yes. He was a strong leader. He was in the Navy, Donna, so he had a good foundation to be a leader, and then he transcended the Navy and became a football coach. And to be a leader, Donna, you can move in other areas of your life. He became the athletic director. He was the head football coach, and he ended up being on some committees to change the game nationally, and people looked to him for direction. So he was charismatic, and he was thoughtful, and he had vision. And if you want to be a leader, you must have vision. You must have vision. Anticipate.
Mm-hmm. And also be willing to change on a dime, because
That's
you
right.
never know what's going to happen. You can lose a key player who gets injured.
Yeah, the great coaches, Donna, they're versatile. Some coaches, they coach one side of the football, maybe offense. Some coach defense. But the great coaches, they know the special teams, the offense, and the defense, and they have a say in the direction of those.
Mm-hmm. Does the economy, the economy can change a business. I have a friend in Alabama, Oxford, Alabama, Anna King, and she is the queen of real estate. I'm telling you what, she got it going on. Right. So she was like, during a good economy, she'll sell like the $500,000, $1 million homes. And then when a bad economy comes, she changes that hat just like that. And then she'll go into she says, I just have to sell more of them. Right. She said, does an economy actually affect a coach, or does it not?
I would say unless it cuts it, the athletic director wants to cut his budget, the travel budget for recruiting, possibly. But that's really counter productive now, because you need players to be good. You always want to be good. You always want to have the top players from around the region and the country. So a smart athletic director, he's going to say, look, we're going to cut something, but we're not cutting that travel for you to acquire top level talent.
Absolutely. Past commercial break. Already half the show has gone by. Let's go ahead and go into a quick commercial break. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Y'all hang in there.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my employees and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. With everything going on right now, your rest is so important. That's why we're having the biggest MyPillow sale ever. Not only are my bed pillows as low as $19.98, but you can get the best body pillows ever. Regular $89.98, now only $29.98. Take your rest on the go with our Roll and Go Anywhere My Pillows for only $14.98. And we have our new couch and accent pillows. They aren't just for looks. They have My Pillow's patented adjustable fill that gives you that amazing My Pillow comfort. In this economy, you get the best gifts ever for the best prices ever. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you get deep discounts on body, couch, bolster pillows, and so much more, including my original bed pillows for as low as $19.98. Please order now while quantities last.
The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful, in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain, near Little River and DeSoto State Park, and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. We welcome everyone through the door, and we're committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come in and get away from it all. Enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We serve breakfast and lunch 8 to 2 Friday through Sunday through the winter months through March. To reserve a special event or to reserve that special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales look forward to serving you. And you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Fort Payne and Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by the locations in Fort Payne and Gadsden. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Okay, we're back. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. Central Time. And we appreciate you listening to us from all 50 states and actually beyond that. AP Steadham is with us right now. Hi, AP.
Hey, Donna. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well on a Monday.
If you're probably watching me squint just a little bit, I've got to go back to the eye doctor. So, yeah. You know, the thing about it, AP, is I can see 10 miles down the road, but I can't see 2 inches in front of my nose without my contact lens. So that's always a pleasure. Now, the world of basketball. What's going on there?
Yeah, we had the Big 12 SEC Challenge, and the Big 12 came out ahead with all the games they played. You know, there's 14 teams in the SEC. And so I think they played, the Big 12 has 10 teams, so it might have been 7-3, something like that maybe. But anyhow, Alabama was beaten badly by Oklahoma in Norman over the weekend. The lead was over 30 points at one time, and Alabama was ranked number 2. So that was a big loss for them. Oklahoma, I think, was 11-8. So they had probably the best game of the year. I mean, the students stormed the court. It was one of the historical wins to beat the number 2 team at home. And then Auburn went to West Virginia, and they were losing by double digits, but they came all the way back down and ended up being a couple points at the end. But that's a tough place to win ball games, West Virginia. So, and then Tennessee hosted Texas, because last year Tennessee went down to Texas, and Tennessee is coached by Rick Barnes, and Rick Barnes died. He coached at the University of Texas. So that was his former team, and that was some time ago. But that was kind of personal. So Tennessee won. Alabama was beaten badly, and Auburn survived the close ball game. Yeah, so now they play. I think Alabama plays Vanderbilt at home. Auburn, they play Georgia, and then Tennessee has to go to Florida the next game. I think those all are on Wednesday. But Tennessee, I was saying Tennessee got a good team. You got a really good team. Yeah, Tennessee does. Yeah.
So what did Alabama's big loss do in the rankings?
Yeah, Donna, I didn't see how far they dropped, but Donna, basketball is a game where even if you're one of the top teams, you might lose 5 to 8 games in the regular season. You're not shooting the ball well. Alabama's been in a slump shooting the basketball. They beat Mississippi State, even though they didn't shoot very well, but against Oklahoma. I mean, Oklahoma, gosh, I think they ended up with about 90 or so, and they were hot. And Alabama couldn't defend. They let them shoot jump shots, layups. It didn't matter. I mean, I think they scored during warm-ups, I think, Oklahoma. Alabama was outmanned that day, and it was kind of disappointing because you're a number 2 team, and you didn't have the effort you needed to be competitive. Yeah, that was disappointing. But Auburn competed hard. They came all the way back to almost win that game.
Yeah, the neat thing about basketball, again, like you just mentioned, you can be redeemed several times over because there are so many games.
Yeah, a lot of games. It ends up being over 30 usually. And when you get in the tournament, you have to win. To win the championship, when you get to the NCAA tournament, it's really a series of 2 games for 3 straight weekends. If you can win 2 games, 2 games, and 2 games, you're the national champion. Sounds easy, right? Sounds easy. But it's not.
I can be the armchair quarterback, and actually for basketball as well. And I can yell at the screen and say, "You should have done this, and you should have done that." But unless you're out there on the, I mean, how are you going to know?
Right. No, and Donna, this year the first and second round is in Birmingham, Alabama, one of the first and second round sites, and then the Final Four itself is in Houston, Texas. That'll go first and the third. Excuse me. Yeah, and then the games in Birmingham, I think, are the 16th of March and the 18th, which I believe is it might be Thursday and a Saturday.
Absolutely.
Then they have to go to regional final. There's 4 regional finals. I can't remember the 6.
AP Steadham is with us right now. He's a sports analyst and he does everything sports. Now you have a show, As We See It, with AP and Kelly. So what's going on this week with this show? Who are you going to be interviewing?
Yeah, Don, we're definitely going to be at the Senior Bowl on Wednesday for the breakfast. We have to be there for 7 o'clock. The players are available 7 to 7:45, one team, and then the next team is available at 8 o'clock to 8:45. So we're going to be up early and trying to find out some interesting guests that are part of that roster. We might run into a coach or somebody as well, but we're definitely going to interview some players. Probably 2 segments of our 4 segments, 4-minute segments. Yeah, we'll probably have a couple of segments. People associated with the Senior Bowl.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be pretty cool too. You can go in and have a few shows ahead of time.
Well, yeah, we're going to try to do that. But next week, Donna, when I speak to you next week, Donna, I should be in Arizona at the Super Bowl next week.
I'm really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, I've got conversation somewhere in Arizona. Yeah.
So what's your takeaway? How do you think that's going to play out?
Yeah, the Super Bowl, Kansas City from the AFC won in Kansas City 23-20, last second field goal. it was a tie ball game, and there was a big mistake at the end. Player, linebacker, pushed Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City quarterback, out of bounds. So that's 15 yards, got him closer to make the field goal from, I think it was 45. And there was only a couple seconds left. If he didn't make that mistake, it probably would have went to overtime. But made that crucial, critical mistake, and the referee called it. And it was definitely a penalty. You can't dismiss it. I don't think you can. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, we don't want to end on a penalty," but I want the officials to call the penalties if somebody commits one. I'm not interested if it's 1 second left or 10 minutes left. I want it called, because they pushed your quarterback, and you could have hurt him for the next game, the Super Bowl. So you have to call those penalties. But anyway, so they won, and then Philadelphia, they beat San Francisco. San Francisco, Donna, this was a very unique game because, Donna, I've never heard a third and fourth string quarterback having to play in a game. San Francisco's quarterback, I believe, was hurt on the first series. He went back to pass, his arm was in motion, the right-handed quarterback, and it twisted his elbow, so he was not able to go back in until, I think, the second half, and he couldn't throw the football. So they had to use the fourth string quarterback, Donna. And this is a player I think was on 14 different teams, Donna. Can you imagine that? 14 different teams he played through his career, 15 years. Mm-hmm. I never even heard of him, Donna, to be honest with you. And but anyway, Philadelphia was too strong. Jalen Hurts and company, they got a good team. They beat them badly. Was the final 30-7, maybe something like that. Mm-hmm. So Philadelphia from the NFC, Kansas City from the AFC will be traveling to Arizona. They have this week off to get prepared, travel arrangements, tickets situated, and their families, and then they'll head out to Arizona. I haven't received the schedule yet, but I think they'll probably arrive on either Sunday or Monday. Mm-hmm. Send me the schedule this week.
There are some people on this earth who only watch the Super Bowl just for the commercials.
Yeah, I'm switching I'm always switching the channel when the commercials come on. I don't know.
Me too. I can care less. But I'll tell you what. I mean, it's a big deal.
Yes, it is. Yeah, oh, it sure is. Yeah, millions of dollars for 30 seconds. Yeah, it keeps getting higher every year. I don't think the fee has gone down. I don't know what it is. It's got to be for a 30-second commercial. I really don't know. It's in the millions, but I just don't.
It's in the millions.
Yeah, I don't know the exact figure. Yeah, but yeah, there's kind of a little sub contest there, right? Kind of a
See who can get it, who can pay the most. Absolutely. So, who is going to be the talent at the halftime?
The talent at the halftime is going to be Rihanna. I know she'll be there. I think Cheryl Lee Ralph is going to sing a song for the game. Mm-hmm. Rihanna at halftime. I can't remember the other one, but that was the name that stood out to me. Mm-hmm. I can't remember who sang the national anthem. Donna, there is a list of that. This is the 57th Super Bowl, believe it or not. So you can look up all the entertainers through the years, and halftime entertainment, and the person who sang the national anthem. That there is a list, right? There's a list that documents all those things.
Well, let's not bring Roseanne Barr back. That was the absolute. Oh,
well, no. Yeah, she tried to make a joke, and it just backfired completely. Yeah, total. Just it went the other direction. Let's say that.
Yeah, it went south. AP, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. We've got to call it a day. And good luck. Hope everything goes great.
Thank you, Don. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye now.
Absolutely. And thank you for watching. We definitely appreciate you. You take care. We'll see you in just a few minutes with another awesome guest. Bye, AP.